Let's be completely honest. Half of the year is gone, but most of us, if you're like me, haven't been able to meet up with all of the things we had planned to do by this time when we started the year. And that's completely okay. Not because you didn't meet up, but because you're honest enough to admit that you're not where you are. Reflection is fine, but the only downside to it is when you allow the fact that you're off track to get you depressed or sad or completely slow down. Rather, you should use reflection in a way that helps your progress. And what does that mean? It simply means reflecting, finding out where you are versus where you should or ought to be, and then taking steps to come back on track so that you're able to finish the rest of the year strong. Once you're able to apply reflection like that, then you're ready to go. So today I'll be talking about the courage to rebuild. That's when reflection shows that you're off track. Are you ready? Let's get into it. So like I said, today we'll be talking about the courage to rebuild when reflection shows that you are off track. We've just completed the 7th month of the year and we just have about 5 months to go. And your reflection has shown that you are off track, you have missed some maybe major goals you hoped you would have completed or even started by this time. But let's agree that life happens and that's okay. But what reflection should do for you is to bring you to the point of realization, and then you take decisive steps on how to trace back, pivot, and come back to exactly what your initial plans were. And for some of you, it may not mean coming back to the initial plans, because some things may have happened that could have altered some of those plans you intended to do, and that's completely okay. What is important is that the reflection doesn't bring you to a point of failure, right? Rather, it prompts you to re-strategize, realign, reassess what you had set initially, and then maybe even set new goals that work with where you are right now. But at the end of the day, what you want to achieve is a year that shows results for the things that you had planned to do initially. That's the goal. There are no hard and fast rules to this. What's important is that you are realigning, readjusting, reassessing, and taking action as you go. I hope that helped. So let's talk about motion versus progress. You see, the fact that you're busy, you are active, your schedule is booked back to back doesn't mean that you're making progress. And here's the difference. Taking decisive, intentional steps, pursuing activities and engaging in whatever it is that helps you to achieve your goal is what we call progress. But any other thing, though it might be urgent, it might even be actually important, but if it does not help you or move you towards the achievement of your goal, then that's not progress, because we are defining progress in the context of the goals that you have set for yourself. So how do you overcome this? It's simple. Revisit your goals, like we said earlier. Find out those activities that are distracting you, in quotes. And by distraction, I mean taking you away from taking the active steps and activities that actually further your goals. Identify them, find alternatives to limit them or reduce their impact on the goals you've set for yourself. Once you're able to do this, you'll be able to make more time for the activities that actually move you towards your goals. And these are important because that's actually what we measure as progress as far as your goals are concerned. We don't want to end up the year finding out that we've been so busy, in fact stressed because of the activities we've engaged in, but we're not able to show results for the goals that we've set, do we? Of course not. Now let's be honest. It takes courage to retrace your steps. It takes courage to rebuild, especially when you find that you've been off track. We're in the 8th month of the year. It can even be depressing, if I could use that word, to find that you spent a whole 7 months and you really haven't even gotten around to starting or going far in the goals that you set. And maybe you even thought by now you'd be done with some of them, but you haven't even started. It's fine. You see, there's no hard and fast rule to this, and you need to be patient with yourself. The best part of it is that you're making that realization now, and you're going to take active steps to redirect yourself, get back on track, and pursue that goal, because 5 months is still a long time, trust me, to make a mark and maybe even to achieve the goals you've set for yourself. You just need to be intentional with it. And that's the purpose of the video that we're doing and this conversation we're having today. Purpose of this conversation is to help you realize, help you realign, and get you running actively and decisively towards your goals. We want to finish this year strong. We want to finish this year with all the goals that we've set ticked off as done on our list, or as much as we're able to do. Right? So let's do it. I'll give you a few questions that will help you to reflect properly and help you to get back on track. And here's the first question. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that if I don't get done this year, by the time we say Happy New Year for 2026, will make you feel sad or feel some level of regret or make you feel like you've truly wasted your time? What's that one thing? Write it down. Once you pinpoint what it is, write it down, because that's the one thing that will make you regret how you spent your year, and we don't want that happening to you, okay? Now, another question you can ask yourself is, what's the one action I can start taking right now, today, that will lead me towards the achievement of that particular thing you said, will be a deal breaker for you as far as this year is concerned? Write down one, just one, don't make it too many, just one thing you can do today that, barring all excuses, barring how busy your schedule is, barring whatever it is that has delayed you or deterred you up till this point, what's that one thing you can do right now that you know that doing it will literally make you know that, yes, I am now on the path towards achieving that goal? Write it down, and more than that, get to doing it. And the final question I'm going to ask you is this, or you should ask yourself is this: what's that one thing that has been taking my time and keeping me so busy, that accounts to like 50% of my time, or that one thing that once I get into it, it takes me away from my goal? What's that one thing? It could be work, it could be family, it could be whatever it is. Identify it. Now, here's the thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, so don't be looking for negative things to pick on. It could be even a good thing. Maybe your child just started school this year, right? And so it's something you've not been doing before, and you didn't really factor in how much time it will consume or take you away from the goals you've set. Maybe now you have to prep earlier, wake up earlier, take the child to school, maybe even bring back from school. Trust me, it's a wonderful thing to happen, but you just didn't factor it in when you were planning your goals, and that's okay. But if that's it, and I made that example so that you know it can be a positive thing, not necessarily a bad thing, but it's still what is stealing your time, okay? Now, when you identify that thing, you have to make alternatives. Find a way to make your goals or the activities towards your goal, work them around that important schedule. You may not be able to do away with it. If it's a negative thing, maybe you just find that you spend more time with friends and all that, of course you can cut down on those. But if it's something that you cannot cut down on, then you need to build your schedule for your goals around those activities. You cannot afford to let go of your goals because you have something else that's important. You have to be flexible. You might even need to sacrifice more of your time and cut down on other areas where you naturally just spend time. Maybe other times you spend on outings and other things, just so you're able to now accommodate your goal. It's a stretch, yes, I know, but guess what? Remember, it's that one thing that will make you regret how you spent your year, and we don't want that. So let's make the sacrifices now so that we can be happy and celebrate together at the end of the year, okay? So as I start to wrap up, I hope you've picked a thing or two from this conversation. We've been able to clarify what is progress for you and what is just busyness. We've also talked about how you can reflect, the questions you can ask yourself to ensure that you are pinpointing what is most important for you, especially because we're now in the second half. We're already a month into the second half of the year. We want to make sure that we're using our time as purposefully and as best as we can, so that we can close the year strong and achieve the most important things for us. So don't forget to like this video, comment if you have questions. I'm happy to take your questions and respond to them. and more importantly, share with someone who needs to also finish the year strong. So I'll see you next time.